Hey, good morning. This is Sammy with SB Coaches College again. I'm going to explain Fill the Bucket, and I'm going to tell you why this, as of last week, I remembered why this is such a great coaching moment and such a fun thing for the kids to develop a sense of team. I'll explain all the technical side of this. I'm going to run through what the game is about, in my opinion, your role, the spotlight, the real sort of coaching technique moment, the setup, maybe a variant, and then again, the importance of the message that you'll be able to deliver when you sit down at the end of this. So let's jump into that. I'll say, summarizing, the game is about the team. You've got two teams competing basically in a race, and your job as a coach is to see how they do that, how they celebrate each other, how they praise, how they give high fives, if there's negativity, and trying to correct that. The game is also about control and being able to dribble in control when you have to do a very specific thing. And then, of course, it's speed. And those two things go hand in hand, being able to do it in a race. Your role is the referee and also to be looking for some things. Are they dribbling? Are they kicking the ball too far out in front of them? Are they going too slowly? Are they too controlled? Are they using the outside of their foot and the inside of their foot? How are they stopping the ball? So you have to notice those things, but the referee component is being sure that the ball is actually dropped off in the center. You're going to have these kids that are always be like, no, their ball didn't stop, or look, they knocked the cones over. Don't worry about the cones. You'll have to judge whether the ball stays in and then what you do about it if it doesn't. And I think that the right thing is to say, you got to go back and it's got to stay in the center, in the defined area. So that's the referee part. The spotlight on this is the dribbling technique. I think the one thing that if I had to pick out of this, it's dribbling with the outside of your foot. That is how you dribble at pace. Otherwise, you're just going to have kids are always going to have trouble trying to dribble with the inside of their foot. It just doesn't work over the long haul. So that's what I would be trying to pay attention to in particular. In terms of the setup, so you've got, let's say in this case, you've got two teams of 6. You got 12 kids at training. And everybody's got a ball. You've got a team of 6. Let's go to the red team. They're up top. You're, on one side. The yellow's on the other. Everybody's got a ball. One starts off, dribbles towards the center, leaves it in the center in their defined area, 4 cones that you've set up. They run to the other side. And then as soon as they cross the line, it's a relay. And then the next guy or girl comes in, drops off the ball in the center, runs to the other side. And so whoever finishes first ultimately wins. You'll define that area, the drop-off zone, the bucket, as big or small as you want, but it's got to be big enough to fit, 3 or 6 balls, I guess. And it's you'll see, it's got to be not too small. And then you don't want them sprinting like 50 yards. You probably just 20 yards, 30, 25 yards sprint or something like that, running on either side. And then in terms of as they do this, you're looking for, are they dribbling with the outside of the foot? Are they dribbling quickly enough? Are they dribbling too controlled and slowly? And you're also noticing, how are they celebrating each other? Are they giving high fives? Are they being critical or not? And that's the art of coaching. And then I'd say a variant in this, so the kids aren't sitting around for too long, you might have them doing, toe taps on a cone so that they can get their head up and watch their teammates, but they're still actually exercising while the relay is going on. I think that's kind of an interesting one that I tried and it worked pretty well. They learn to get their heads up there. You can't have another ball sitting on that side. It kind of confuses the drill if you're having to do toe taps on another ball. And then the most important thing at the end is the message. When you sit them down, you say, look, guys, ultimately, this was less about, the speed. I don't care exactly how fast everybody is. I care about our team and how we celebrate each other and how we're on each other's side and prop each other up. And then you can make a point about, dribbling with the outside of your foot and say, hey, Janie over there, she killed it with it. She was really good right out of the gate, right? How much she improved or whatever that is. But you're sitting down and saying, this is what's important. This is what I loved seeing from you guys. And I like doing that at the conclusion of every drill. But this one in particular, I think because you're probably going to encounter inevitably in a relay race, there's somebody that's slower, somebody makes mistakes, and how the kids respond to that is so important over the years ahead as they're playing any sport, but especially on your team. So those are the highlights. I think it's a terrific drill, and I'd run it for many of the early years, and probably do it a few times in a training. Okay, sounds good. Good luck with it and have fun.